Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining Jeff and I today. We're going to get into the announcements that came in last week about the new Federal Reserve Chair. We anticipated somebody else might be coming in, but it looks like Kevin Warsh was nominated. So he's coming in, I guess, at the end of Jerome Powell. His term is coming up in May. And as we all know, that Kevin Warsh is no stranger to the Federal Reserve. I guess he acted as governor for the Feds. And let's get into a bit about the market reaction and investors' reaction.
Sure. Well, the reaction from the precious metals on Friday said it all. Gold was down about 9%. Silver was down 20% one day. Its worst drop since the 1980s. Reason for the drop is because Kevin Warsh has been very critical of the easy money policies that the Federal Reserve has employed pretty much since the great financial crisis. A lot of money's been printed, and the Fed balance sheet has increased from 1 trillion to 9 trillion at its peak in 2022. The reason the Fed did that originally was because they thought if they print a lot of money and buy bonds, prices of bonds go up and the interest rates go down. And a lot of loans by American consumers are tied to those long-term interest rates. So that was the thought behind it. Kevin Warsh has said QE is fine in a crisis such as the 2008 recession or the pandemic, but there's been a lot of money printing even when the economy is doing just fine. So he's critical of it, and I think the sell-off on Friday was indicative of many people thinking that he won't be employing these easy money policies that the market has been so addicted to for the last 18 years.
Yeah. hmm And didn't he had a conversation, I guess, around December too, early on with Donald Trump about potentially he was in favor or agreeing to interest rate reductions. So, and they anticipate about two more interest rate reductions this year.
Yeah, the market's pricing in two more cuts. And Warsh is a protege of Stan Druckenmiller, who has said he's seen Warsh go both ways on inflation. So it may be that the market overreacted on Friday, thinking that he's an absolute hawk on
hmm
interest rates. As you say, he told Trump in a private meeting he supported rate cuts, and he's saying that because of artificial intelligence and deregulation, that in and of itself will reduce inflation. And
Right.
so if you don't have inflation in the system, you can have lower rates. Right now, the US is running at about 2.7% inflation. Their target is 2%. So, yeah, he has said he's in favor of lower rates, and the market is still pricing in two more cuts this year.
hmm So is that something that people need to run and make, drastic changes to portfolios and investments and things like that? Everyone should just, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. We're not making. We didn't make any changes at all, and he still has to get confirmed by the. He's got to go through the Senate Banking Committee as well as the Senate, and then
hmm
once he becomes chair, he's on a voting committee of 12 other people. So he'll have to form a
Yeah.
coalition for anything he wants to do. So I don't think it's any cause for concern right now. Um, 2027 may be different if we see rate hikes coming into the system. I mean, that would change our outlook on the market. But for 2026, I'm still constructive, and we're still fully invested for clients and putting new cash to work.
Right. Okay. Great.
All
We will
right.
talk to you later.
Okay. Thanks.